Hello everybody and welcome to What About the Game. Today I'm going to be talking about the Rivers of Alice, which has just been released on the Wii U eShop in Europe. And following a recent trend in our reviews, the Rivers of Alice was once a mobile game and now has been converted to the Wii U. So it's basically a point and click adventure game. The gamepad is utilized to its fullest. You use the stylus to move Alice around the environment. You interact with things and pick up objects. This is all done on the touchscreen. Now, I've always been a fan of point and click games such as like Broken Sword and the Monkey Island games, and actually I enjoyed this game too. It doesn't quite reach the heights of those games or have the personality or character, but the core mechanics, are pretty much the same. First thing you'll notice is just how beautiful this game is. The art style just has this retro vibe to it. It just gives me so much nostalgia, but I'm not even sure why. I don't know where I've seen this from before, or I don't know where it's come from, but just looking at it really does hit me. There's not much of a story, to be honest. Alice is dreaming and she has a pendant, and for some reason that scatters into 4 different dragonfly pieces, and you have to go out and retrieve them by solving lots of puzzles. As it's a point and click adventure game, the puzzles are the main focus of the gameplay, and if I'm honest, it's these parts that I had the greatest issue with. I felt that they let you go into the puzzles too blind without any context or anything to help you on your way to, just to get you started. And there was some puzzles which were, even if you did know what to do, they could be a little frustrating. If you have no idea what to do, then you can go and talk to a character called Sloth, and he will give you hints. But I felt these hints were too much. They basically gave the whole puzzle away. And I think they could have done this. They could have balanced this a little better. They could have gave you a little bit more at the start of a puzzle, or with the hint system they could just give a small hint first and then a bigger hint, and then finally they could give you the answer. But I felt this was just too abrupt. Now don't get me wrong, most of the puzzles were fun and enjoyable, but I think there was 3 or 4 that could have been polished a little better. Now, as you're playing through the game, you'll notice that the music is really prominent. They used a real-life Spanish band. I don't know their name, but they sound really good, and they really add to the atmosphere and just the curiousness of the game. I especially loved the end credit songs. So I think it's worth it just to play the game for that bit alone. There's also a sound test where you unlock songs as you go through the game, and so you can listen to all the songs that you unlock at your own pleasure. And I think that's quite a nice touch for an indie game. It's not something you would expect from such a small game like this. Overall, I enjoyed playing through the game. As I said, there's a handful of puzzles that could probably have done with a little more thought put into them, but I don't think that can take away from the game as a whole. The art style, the music, the charm, and those will carry you through the game regardless. I just wish there would have been a little more story and some actual dialogue between some characters. Because you do come across quite a few different characters in the game, and I would have liked to know more about them. Have more interaction with them, rather than just everything being a storyboard. The characters didn't have personality, but I guess that's probably not really part of the atmosphere they were going for. So maybe I'm wrong on that. I guess I'm just spoilt by the characters from Monkey Island and Broken Sword, So, okay guys, thanks for listening. If you've enjoyed what you've heard here, then be sure to like and subscribe. It will really help me out a lot. You've no idea. Don't forget to check out the website for the full review, and you can follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Okay, cheers guys, bye bye.